LC the one to be exact. That is, man. Man, back with some really interesting developments here, and I've been listening to a lot of these different YouTube channels, and like podcasts, and people speaking on the incident, what happened tonight at the Oscars, the 2022 Oscars, to be exact. That is, and first of all, y'all got to take into account, man, what has been going on at the Oscars for the last decade. Okay, this is before, this incident with Will Smith and Chris Rock, two brothers that I love dearly. And Chris Rock did come to my job, the Art Institute, the last couple of days of the Andy Warhol show. He walked right into my gallery. This is true. If Chris Rock see this video, he knows it's true because me and him was the only two people in that gallery. And uh, Andy Warhol had a Campbell soup uh, like portrait, and it was a bunch of cans that he had. This was the actual logo brand for Campbell soup. I don't know if he got hired by Campbell soup to make that particular sketch, okay, designed for the can and the label. But I was in that gallery, and there was one of the pieces where nobody could take a picture of that piece. Okay, now I'm posted over there. It's around like January, and this was like the last before this was like the last couple of days of that show. It was a real big show, really good turnout down there. And Chris Rock walked in, and he let out a huge sigh. Well, this is before he unveiled himself. He this was after he unveiled himself because he came in masked it up. This was like before COVID and everything, and it was cold outside. Of course, this Chicago, and he had a scarf wrapped around his mouth. Well, it's not a scarf be wrapped around your face, and he had on some sunglasses like this, like I got on right now. These Ray-Bans, and when he walked in, I didn't recognize who he was. Okay, it was just me and him in the gallery. This was like when it was slow, like on the. I think this was my off day, but I went in on my Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. And when he walked in, I didn't recognize who he was. I was like, okay, who is this dude right here? Look kind of, kind of like a character and stuff. When he unwrapped his scarf and took his glasses off, I was like, damn, that's Chris Rock. I was just shocked because I had never seen a star that big come into that museum like that. I had always missed the stars like Derrick Rose that came there when he was in Chicago, living at the Trump Tower a couple of times. He was taking pictures with my homies and stuff like that that work at the job. And it's like I would always miss the stars. Steve McQueen came down there to hit his show. That was before he did 12 Years a Slave. I didn't even know who he was. And he had a big show. And when he came in, you know, I was like, wow. He unwrapped it. I was like, that's Chris Rock right there. This dude worth $100 million. I'm like, wow. I'm just starstruck, like, you know, and a couple of my coworkers they was saying stuff, and we had moved because we rotated, and I had rotated to the next gallery, and in this gallery they had a bunch of sketches on the wall, and I kept telling people the whole time that show was there, like this one sketch right here looked like Chris Rock, okay, because if y'all have ever seen a movie called New Jack City, he was the character Pookie in New Jack City, and the way this sketch was made, that whole character after Pookie got cleaned up, it was Chris Rock character. Okay, they put him in a suit, a pinstripe type suit. That was Ice T. He put him undercover and put him in the they called it what was that? I think it was the Carter. Excuse me. Yeah, it was the Carter. That's what the name of the crack house was. Okay, and he went undercover, and he had on some. Well, I think he did wear glasses too. So when I looked at that, I was like, and he walked right up to the piece and looked at it for a minute. And it was this janitor that named Sean. He was talking to me, okay, and he walked through, to the next gallery, okay, and then they had this one piece in there. It was talking about the Rat Pack and all this stuff, and of course, he's from Brooklyn, New York, and that piece was from New York, because Andy Warhol around the '80s, he was in New York, and because he wasn't from New York, but his people moved there, and he got popular through the nightclub scenes. Like, they had it was real prevalent back then. There was a bunch of like gay clubs, and that's how Andy Warhol name got out there. Through word of mouth. And Chris Rock walked up to that piece, and that right there was a symbolism to me, because they got a little pack in New York, especially in Brooklyn. Of course, all the greats then came out of that, that area. My girlfriend in Brooklyn right now, okay, and man, but I just had to give y'all that, before I get into, my thoughts about this. Now, after that show, well, the last day of the show, it was ironic that Kobe Bryant had died. Okay, Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter accident. I say killed because, to me, I think that still need to be investigated, because I did my homework and I put the videos up. Did a lot of tracking down, and I found out where the helicopter came from. It came from here, Illinois, and they used to transport the governors in these helicopters. And this, it was sold to someone in California. Okay, and they took out pieces of that, pieces from that helicopter. Of course, the box, the transmit box that they use, like you could say like sound bites and stuff like that. But anyway, um, that's another. I got the videos of you. I got to search it on my channel, because I'm too deep into the videos now. But anyway, I'm correlating all this because this is significant to me, because it's a lot of stuff that been going on within our black family. Okay, of course, the issues that Will Smith had with Tupac, and this all goes back to the same thing, because Tupac was airing out a lot of people, and I think Will Smith's name was in there, of course, and you know, of course, everybody know about what's going on in New York with the people he didn't like, but you know, this is a real touchy subject. But to get to this situation here, how I equate this is like, look, okay, it's a lot of stuff going on within the black family, you know, and there's a lot of stuff going on that other ethnicities would not understand. Okay, what goes on within the black family? We got a lot of secrets, of course, like other ethnicities do too, and you never know what's going on behind closed doors, what people are doing. Okay, and this was a little bit personal because of course, everybody knows what's going on with Will Smith and Jada Pickett, and what's happening with them. You know, and of course, everybody knows what's going on. What has been going on with Chris Rock and his situation with his wives, and child support and all type of other stuff that's going on. So, you know, when we come together as black people, we make fun of ourselves, okay? Because you know, that's our humor to keep us going, in these times, because this, like Cameron said, we wasn't we're not scheduled for America. You know what I'm saying? This is not for us, okay? And I heard a little YouTuber say the same thing about the YouTube stuff. Like, Will Smith, he been really doing this thing, man, and he been pumping his YouTube channel like a lot of others. But it's like we don't get the same type of response like others, and we got better. We produce better work. Okay, that movie Bad Boys was incredible. Bad Boys 3. It's a lot of stuff we do. you know, and we don't get the recognition for it like that. And other people do mediocre stuff, and they get the praises and glory and get all everything. Okay, but this right here was, you know, was a touchy issue, and I know Will Smith was like, "Come on, bruh, you know." That's how I'm looking at it from this standpoint. Come on, bruh, hey, why you doing that, man? Even though it was a kind gesture, because Chris Rock was basically trying to promote Jada Pinkett. Same thing what Kanye West did, with Beyonce, you know, because the history of that show, a lot of people got snubbed for, inappropriate comments and things like that. Like, what they did to Kevin Hart, and that's why Kevin Hart never went back there. Same thing they did to Whoopi Goldberg. She hosted it a couple of times, you know, and, it just deters us, the black family from attending those type of events. Same thing they just did to Kanye for the Grammys. And I just been saying, because they scrutinize his comments, and that's not fair, in social media, because, this is what free press, okay? That's what social media is, man. You have the right to say whatever you want to, okay? This is social media, man. So, you know, people shouldn't be scrutinizing people for their freedoms like that. That been my whole mishap. I'm like, man, and what they doing to Kanye is like, it's like a travesty, man, because he got the best record on the planet right now. The best record on the planet without a shadow of a doubt. And he know that. That's why he made it harder for people to get Donda too. Because they not, like I just said, we put out more of greatness than anybody. We do everything greater than any other culture. And we don't get nothing. So when I listen to Will Smith acceptance, he said, I know this, I'm doing this for, you know, for us as a whole, as a black people, you know what I'm saying? Is he repping that, because he had the highest esteem, and it's like, we don't have no more Will Smiths coming after him. No more Denzels, they gone now. You know what I'm saying? And that time has come to pass. Chaz Boswell was like getting there. Anthony Mackie, he getting up there, but it's like, we not getting the recognition for the great work that we do, man. YouTube, anything. Like DDG just put the movie out. That was a movie. Him going to space. Okay? And he only got, what, 100,000 views on it. Come on. Anybody else, that would have been 100 million views. And less work was it would probably be in the video. But I'm like, y'all know I'm serious now. This some real stuff, boy. Now, because I was like, man, that's what let me go back to equating what, how Will Smith took it. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't embarrass us like that, dog. We made it here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we winning right now. You know, don't do that to us, man. You know what I'm saying? But, he had to keep it fair. Chris Rock had to keep it fair. He couldn't just roast everybody else and then don't roast none of us. He did Denzel. He was like, Denzel, you fucked up, right? Basically, you fucked up with Macbeth. Everybody, you fucked up. You shouldn't have did that one. Basically, yeah, in a nutshell, and then, he come over to, he roast a couple other people. And then, he come to Will, like, hey, such, Will, such, so he gonna get that trophy. Okay. And then he jumped on. Jada was like, because Jada been doing a lot of great stuff too. She been doing a lot of good stuff, you know, a lot of good stuff. And she not getting the recognition. So he looked at it like, man, we finna promote you. Like, man, so they can look at you. Like, he was like, okay, Jada, you need to be in G.I. Joe, G.I. Jane too. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? They be making a lot of movies. You need to get in that. You know what I'm saying? Because they overlooking you. You know what I'm talking about? And but Will didn't, Jada didn't take that too kind, But it was a joke though, understand that. But Will like, come on, dog. You know what's been going on. Okay, you know what's been going on. But he trying to shed light on it as a joke, though. To bring smiles and happiness about it. Because of course, Jada, she was going publicly about it herself, and she was laughing about it. Okay, she was laughing about it. Like, man, I got this disease, but it's funny. I'm still sexy. She is. She's pretty as hell. Always been pretty than the mother sucker. So, you know, but Will was like, man, no, still, dog, we gotta have a little bit of class here, man. Because this is serious with her. Because this is a real illness, and it's like we don't know where a lot of this stuff be coming from, and it hits us hard, man, in our community, in our family, the black family. We be trying to understand like where's this shit coming from, man. We always plagued with a lot of stuff, the most out of everybody. Now they got our damn hair falling out. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Of course, they dealing with cancer. Like my daughter mother, the cancer just came back to her. I was here when she went through all that stuff, man. Had to cyst on ovarians, all that stuff, and they busted and stuff. Cause of course, I was doing my thing. That's what. But for real, you know, my girlfriend, she got eczema on her hand and stuff, and it's like, and it's like, she gotta constantly keep her hand, lubricated and stuff. And we trying to figure out where's all these, it got to be in a food. Like I told my cousin, like, man, I'm not eating this bullshit like that. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. You know, and he was just like, what's going on, because they around each other, because that's, we in the community together. And that's basically how Will looked at it, like, dog, I don't care where we at. That's how we handle our business, though, as black folk. That's how we get down. You know, like, man, you ain't finna be embarrassing us like that, man, on national TV, dog. Because everybody gonna start doing it to her, and they gonna lose. They gonna lose respect for her. In a sense, that's how he kind of looked at it. So he had to go and wake him up, like, man, what the hell you doing, dog? We on this motherfucker. You feel me? What you doing, dog? We already lost some greats. They gone now. Sidney Poitier gone. You know what I'm talking about? Bill Cosby got put up in shackles and you know, they giving us bad roles and you know what I'm talking about? Like, come on, dog. And then on the flip side of it, it could have been something to get Will that trophy. Make the Academy like, damn, okay, we got to really look at this, because that movie was real life, and the Williams sisters became the greatest of all time, and they father, it was their father that instilled that value in them, man, that made them go hard. Me and my girlfriend was going, she wanted to go see it, but she wasn't feeling well, and she didn't want to go see it, at that time, because we was about to go see it, but she didn't. She changed her mind. But I'm gonna check it out because I haven't seen it yet. But I know it's real. I was seeing some of the real bits and pieces of the movie, because I watch all. I'm a Will Smith advocate. Him, Martin Lawrence, all of them. I got DVDs over there. I got all three Bad Boy. I got everything. I react to Will Smith. I know all the stuff. So all the stuff that a lot of people were saying that don't know, that don't really follow his work like that. I take it as some Conan stuff, because they're just trying to get on the bandwagon, just to get, try to get something out of it. But if you really down with the brothers like that, day ones, then you know what's happening. And that's why I'm saying, I'm telling y'all what's happening, because, and Chris Rock, man, he did some real hard stuff on he had a Netflix, but it was, man, I'm talking about all Chris Rock, I watch all of them. I follow all of them, Jack. I know they know about me, because I'm a real deal motherfucker too. you know, and all my people, Sean Morgan hang out with my people, all of them, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, D-Ray, all of them, man, they all hang out with my people, man, you know, so I'm pretty sure they hang out with my people too. Will Smith hang around the drama with, he know about them and stuff like that, so they know about me too. So anyway, that's how I look at it, man, of what happened tonight, man. It was some black family stuff, man. And you know what's gonna happen after this? It's nothing. Okay? They're not gonna do anything. You ain't gotta go You don't gotta perpetuate this, man. Don't go on none of they social media stuff. Okay, don't go on none of their interviews. None of that stuff. None of one of y'all, Will or Chris. Don't nothing. Don't get them nothing. Only way y'all give it to them is when y'all come out with another great project. That's it. Okay, that's all. Okay, and that's how it's gonna go down. Okay, that's some black family, so that's how we get. That's how we handle our business. You feel me? Straight up and down, and everything in the game, even if it's on live TV. Like niggas, shut up. Okay, straight up and down, and let's move on. Like the brothers told them, they advised both of them to do, and that's what they did. We just laughed it off, and you just let them talk about it, and we done. Okay, chucking one.